bitch wants to dance? Let's dance.
She was tired of living in her best friend's shadow.
Couple versus couple. Whichever one loses the most weight wins.
So for Emily, it was a declaration of war.
Barry seemed to think his bad luck was some kind of curse. Until he found
Holy moly.
the chip. It was official.
You got a display.
Barry had boarded the crazy train.
The less I wanted to do with Galena and her family,
You're one of us now.
the more they kept pulling me in.
I don't want to work for the Russians.
Get the hell out of there.
They're very disappointed.
Emily became obsessed with the contest.
What's this?
Dinner.
Stop screwing around.
Honey, did you touch my Buddha chip?
I should have seen it coming.
That's my girl.
Yes! Josh? Josh, are you okay? Josh, you're not. Oh my God, look at how young we were. 10 years, can you believe it?
It was about 2 months before my girlfriend Emily and I were going on vacation to Mexico with our friends, Laura and Jared. Emily and Laura had been friends all their lives, and Jared was a good guy, so we all got along pretty well.
When was this taken?
Homecoming.
Unless Emily and Laura started talking about the past.
Oh, you were a cheerleader.
What about you, Emily? No school spirit?
I tried out, but I didn't make the cut.
Our squad was the best in the county.
It did seem like Laura was always trying to one-up Emily. She was super competitive.
I don't know. I always found cheerleaders to be a little disturbing.
Why?
You know, all the jumping around, the pom-poms. It's kind of like they got shot with an idiot dart.
I know, it sounds mean, but trust me, sometimes you just had to knock Laura down a peg.
All right, who's ready for some homemade apple pie?
Ooh, your apple pie is crazy good.
Laura?
No, I think I'm gonna skip dessert. Looking at those photos of us at least 2 sizes smaller, I think I want to lose some weight, especially since we'll be spending most of our trip on a beach.
That's a good point. I've been feeling kind of sluggish lately, too. Maybe I could drop 10 pounds.
Actually, I was thinking for me more like 15 to 20, but 10 pounds would probably be a good goal for you.
It was a serious dig at Emily, and I should have just let that one go. But for whatever reason, I decided to ignore that little voice in my head.
You know what? I think I want to lose some weight, too. So why don't we make it interesting? Couple versus couple. Whichever one loses the most weight by the time we leave wins.
Deal.
Great. So what's the bet for?
How about the losing couple pays the bar tab for the entire trip?
Josh, really? That could get expensive.
I'll warn you. I only drink the best tequila.
I know. Shocker.
May the best couple win.
I was pretty pumped to knock that smug little smirk off Laura's face, and to be the hero to my girlfriend. But learned from my mistake. Never get in the middle of a girlfriend feud. Emily and I got started right away.
It's my best time yet.
I don't think I've run 5 or 6 miles at one time before. I like to spread it out over 5 or 6 weeks.
Just remember, this was your idea.
It was kind of fun exercising together, and it kind of brought us a little closer. We stopped eating out, and Emily started finding all sorts of healthy recipes online.
Man, that smells amazing.
Thank you.
And her plan didn't stop with just food.
Take 2 of these.
Diet pills?
Relax. They're just herbs to help with digestion. My friend Kathy is into Chinese medicine. She sees an herbalist for weight loss.
Chinese medicine, huh? Guess it can't hurt.
I wasn't wild about swallowing random herbal pills, but Emily was taking them too, and this new health kick had me feeling pretty good. I could not remember the last time I did push-ups, like, by choice.
Well, hello.
And the workouts had a pretty positive effect on Emily, too.
You know, I was reading this article that good sex burns as many calories as a 3-mile bike ride. And I figured, since neither of us had bikes.
No, we don't.
Overall, our new diet and exercise plan was one I had no problem sticking to. And after 2 weeks, we were down a combined 12 pounds.
Thank God coffee doesn't have any calories. I don't know what I'd do without it.
I know, right?
We thought we were doing great.
18 pounds? In 2 weeks? That's impossible.
Then Laura hit Emily below the pom-poms.
Oh my God.
Seriously? She kept her cheerleader outfit? Living the past much? You know, I'm glad you didn't make that stupid team.
You know, I can't believe she would do this. I didn't know she could be this cruel.
It's just a picture.
It's not. It's a message. It's a message that no matter how hard I try, I will never measure up to her. Not in high school, not now, and not ever.
And that's when 20 years of suppressed frustration finally bubbled to the surface.
That bitch wants to dance? Let's dance.
Hey, I'm still eating.
Get changed. Breakfast is over. We're going for a nice run.
For Emily, the picture wasn't just trash talk.
Guess we're going for a run.
It was a declaration of war. Emily became obsessed with the contest.
What are you doing? They're called sprints because you're supposed to sprint. Stop screwing around.
I'm trying. Just give me a sec. Oh, God.
Our 5-mile jogs turned into 10-mile death sprints, twice a day.
Time to eat.
And while our workouts grew,
Great, I'm starving.
our meals started to shrink. And shrink. Until we didn't even eat plates anymore.
What's this?
Dinner.
Dinner involves chewing.
Not anymore. Now drink your food. And I picked up more supplements from my herbalist in Chinatown.
She said they were secret Mongolian flower extracts, and that we both had to take them.
That's a lot of pills.
Well, we need to lose a lot of weight.
I mean, who doesn't love downing fistfuls of mysterious Chinese pills? It felt like Emily's 500-calorie-a-day diet was starting to take a toll on my body.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah.
I was pretty sure my insides were starting to eat themselves.
Oh. Oh.
I spent the next 2 weeks never more than 10 steps from a toilet.
Oh. Oh.
When this is over, I'm getting a double cheeseburger.
Weigh-in night finally came. I could hardly stand up by that point.
And waffle fries.
Me too.
Laura and Jared were talking about getting burgers and fries. I was thinking about getting an IV.
Moment of truth.
Let's do this.
I didn't understand how I was the only one whose body was taking it so poorly.
Yes!
Yes!
13 pounds! Woo!
12 pounds.
That's my girl!
I remember thinking, I'm gonna have to clock in at like 15 pounds in order to at least tie them. But I'd been doing nothing but sitting on a toilet the last 2 weeks. No exercise at all. So I wasn't very optimistic.
$194. I lost 22 pounds.
Really? Damn.
I couldn't believe it. I had never lost that kind of weight in my life before. Suddenly, all the pain and suffering seemed worth it.
They win.
The celebration lasted all of 6 seconds.
Josh, you okay? Josh!
Before everything went black.
Were you out of the country recently, or maybe had some food from a street vendor that might not have been fully cooked?
My girlfriend and I had just won a weight loss competition against our best couple friends when I completely blacked out. Next thing I knew, I woke up in the hospital.
No. Why?
You've somehow managed to pick up a...
What the hell is that?
That is a tapeworm.
Yep. Let that sink in. A nearly 2-foot parasite living inside me.
A tapeworm?
Probably accounts for your recent weight loss.
That's not fair. Contest doesn't count.
Laura, chill. He's sick.
I didn't even know where to begin. I thought, how in the hell?
That doesn't make sense. Where could I possibly have picked...
And then a terrible thought entered my mind.
What did you do?
I had completely underestimated how far Emily was willing to go to beat Laura.
I tried out, but I didn't make the cut.
She was tired of living in her best friend's shadow.
Whichever one loses the most weight by the time we leave wins.
So when I was dumb enough to suggest the competition, she saw a chance to finally beat Laura.
That bitch wants to dance? Let's dance.
But when Emily started feeling like she might lose the bet,
I picked up more supplements from my herbalist in Chinatown.
that's right, she tipped the scales by giving me pills full of tapeworm eggs. Apparently you can buy them on the internet.
He said it was harmless, I swear.
You've lost your mind.
So, I guess we won.
No, we lost more weight. You didn't say we couldn't use a tapeworm.
The bar tab's on you, cheater.
I think we need to break up. I think I want to break up too.
And that's how I dropped another 120 pounds.
I'll have the nurse come in and give you something for these parasites.
And that was weight I was definitely gonna keep off.
Enjoy.
Oh, good, honey, you're home. I could use some help.
No. No.
Here, kitty kitty.
Manilow?
When my boyfriend Barry moved in with me, he brought his cat Manilow too. Here, kitty kitty.
Manilow!
That cat was his best friend. And when he went missing,
Oh, Manilow.
it was the latest incident in a vicious streak of bad luck.
Can't believe this is happening to me right now. Just another thing to add to the list.
In just the last few months, he had lost his job, got his car stolen, and was even the target of identity theft.
I know you've had a rough couple of months.
Goes back further than that. You know, my whole life, I've never been a guy to catch a lucky break. My goldfish always die, and then my kitten got swooped up and carried away by a hawk.
Barry seemed to think his bad luck was some kind of curse.
My dad had tried to pull the old switcheroo with another kitten, nearly clawed my eyes out before I figured it out.
But to me, it was just life. And maybe some irresponsible pet ownership. With no job, no money, and a missing cat, Barry just moped around the house all day. That is until he found
Holy moly.
the chip.
What? Did they score?
Oh, this chip. I might be crazy, but it looks kind of like... Can't be.
It looked like an ordinary chip to me, but to Barry, this fried slice of potato was a dead ringer for
Buddha.
It's kind of roundish, I guess, like his belly.
For the record, I look more like Buddha.
Oh, it's more than his belly. It's... Look!
Looking back,
I am.
I should have wrestled that stupid chip out of his hand right then and just ate it.
This is not getting eaten.
Where are you going?
But instead, that night, the chip joined us for dinner.
You know, this chip could be worth a lot of money.
I remember thinking, you know what else would be worth a lot of money? Getting a job. And I swear,
Hello?
it was as if the universe heard me.
I'm definitely interested.
Somehow, Barry's luck started to turn.
I just got a job interview.
Oh my God, that's great.
First, it was a potential job offer,
I don't know how they found me, but
followed immediately by,
my gosh. Man, hello, you came back to me.
Wow.
to me, it seemed coincidental.
I can't believe it.
A few good things balancing out a few bad ones.
Now that's weird.
But to Barry,
There's no way this is a coincidence.
it was a sign from a higher power.
What, the chip?
2 strokes of good luck since I found the Buddha chip.
Yep, that's when it first became his lucky Buddha chip.
This chip has power.
From then on, Barry got it in his head that this simple potato chip was a reincarnated god. My boyfriend Barry had been really down on his luck when he found a potato chip he thought looked like Buddha.
Hi.
Babe, how was your day?
Amazing.
The next day, I came home to a brand new Barry. He was happier than I'd seen him in months.
I got the job.
Oh my God, that's great. Way to go.
It turns out the head of HR remembered me from high school.
Talk about a coincidence.
But it wasn't a coincidence. It was the chip.
That's right. A vegetable got him the job.
You got a display.
You can't keep something like that in a jar. It needs to be treated with respect.
And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse than worshiping junk food,
Lottery tickets?
I hated seeing him waste money. I mean, we needed things, including a new refrigerator.
I figured with the chip, I couldn't lose.
And how did that work out for you?
Oh yeah, I wasn't done.
You just won $5,000.
Yes!
At that point, even I had to admit that Barry had hit some kind of weird, lucky streak.
See? Thanks, buddy.
Unluckily for me.
Oh, no.
A few nights later, I came home to find that Barry's reverence for the chip had reached a whole new level.
I give praise to you, Buddha chip.
Barry?
Oh, hi, honey.
You're praying to the chip now?
I'm not praying. I'm paying respect. I asked for world peace and a Vespa.
Now, I'm no scholar on the subject, but I was pretty sure that was not how Buddhism worked.
I think Buddhists actually find happiness by giving up their attachment to things, not asking for more of them.
I don't think of myself as a strict Buddhist. I don't think it's what the chip wants. I'm more of like a Buddhish or a Buddhitarian.
Praying, paying respect, call it what you want, it was weird as hell. But if that's as far as it went, I could have lived with it. In the coming days, Barry got more and more fixated on that chip. Until one morning, it got downright ridiculous.
Barry, okay, stop. Barry.
He was about to shave his head and go full Buddha.
This is just a potato chip. Okay, it's deep fried, packed with sodium, and it probably has a shelf life of 75 years.
But while I managed to keep him from going full Buddhist monk,
You want to pray to your chip? That's fine. But the hair stays.
Fine.
Barry was determined to ruin my morning anyway.
Now, if you get changed, we can make it to the store in time to get same-day delivery.
The hope was to buy the new refrigerator we desperately needed with the money that Barry won from the scratch-offs. But the path to enlightenment
I can't quite do that just yet.
kicked me right in the ass.
All the money's tied up till Sunday.
What do you mean tied up?
I placed all the money in a series of parlay bets for this weekend's football games.
I was furious.
I can't lose.
My patience with Buddha Barry and his stupid chip was running out fast.
I just don't see it. Do you see it?
The next day, I went to see Allie, my best friend and also my hairdresser.
Barbecue?
Sea salt and vinegar.
Ah.
She didn't know much about potato chips, but she's known Barry for years, and I hope she could help.
He thinks that it's a source of all the good stuff that's been happening to him.
I always thought that Barry was a little bit of a downer.
You know what a placebo is, right?
Yeah, the fake pill that doesn't work.
Right. And sometimes people do better on the placebo than on the real medicine because they think they're getting the thing that's supposed to help them feel better.
So if he thought he found a good luck charm, great. Anything to get that guy out of his funk.
Okay, so if believing in the chip is making Barry happy, then there's no reason to discourage him.
Exactly. You know, eventually he'll realize it's just a chip.
Allie made me think that there was no harm in Barry's new take on life. After all, he won the $5 grand. So technically, it was his to spend. I thought, heck, maybe the bets will pay off. By the time the weekend rolled around, I was feeling better about the whole situation. Yeah, I had a glass-encased snack in my living room. So what? But then it happened.
If you've got a crazy ex and would like to tell us your story, go to mycrazyex.me.
I had accidentally broken my boyfriend Barry's lucky Buddha-shaped potato chip. He was going to be home soon, so I had to act fast. I thought, how hard could it be to make a chip look like a big, round, fat guy? Harder than you'd think.
Does kind of look like Al Gore.
But it was on my third potato and my fourth glass of wine when I finally made one I thought might pass.
Hey, honey.
Hi.
How was your day?
Good. It's good.
Well, I've won every single game in my parlay bet. And if Dallas wins this one, it's $25,000.
Wow.
I really thought
They're already up 2 touchdowns.
maybe he wouldn't notice.
Time to pay my respects. No.
But no such karma.
Honey, did you touch my Buddha chip?
Why would I touch your Buddha chip?
This is not my Buddha chip.
Are you sure?
Are you kidding me? Look at it. It's a spitting image of Al Gore.
Racked with guilt, I finally confessed.
Seriously? The old switcheroo? First my dad with the cat, now this?
I panicked. I'm sorry, it was an accident.
And to make matters worse, Barry's luck immediately took a turn.
I can't.
What a comeback!
He lost $25,000, and he was crushed. I hated to see him that way, although I figured the whole Buddha insanity was over. A few days later,
Excuse me.
Enjoy.
I was surprised to see a delivery man leaving our house. I couldn't imagine what Barry could have ordered,
Barry?
considering in the last 48 hours he had lost his job and his cat Manilow, who had a bad run-in with the bus. Yeesh.
Oh, good, honey. You're home. I could use some help.
I should have seen it coming.
What is all this? No. No. No! Barry!
He had bought $9,000 worth of potato chips. But that wasn't even the worst part.
How did you afford all this?
I put it on your credit card. Don't worry, I'm gonna pay it all back once we find a new lucky chip.
When is this all gonna end?
Honey, does this look like the Pope to you?
It was official. Barry had boarded the crazy train.
Honey, can you grab the jar?
Galina, it's not you. It's me. You deserve someone better. Someone who can really make you happy.
I had been dating Galina for about 4 months when I decided to break it off.
Stupid.
She was attractive, very sweet, and
Hello, darling.
I'll admit, I found her Russian accent kinda sexy. But
what's this?
She just flat out didn't get me.
Something you're going to love. Open it.
At all.
You look amazing.
She meant well, and I hated the idea of hurting her.
So sexy. I will get you a perfect pair of skinny jeans for matching it.
But the longer I waited, the worse it was going to get. So finally, I just ended it. Or at least I thought I had.
Hi, Jerry.
A week later,
hi.
There she was, at my door.
Sorry to just drop by like this, but I needed to talk to you in person.
With a very unusual request.
It's my cousin, Sergey. He's getting married here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I need you to go to wedding with me and pretend we never break up.
Apparently, Galina had already told her whole family about me.
I thought that you and I were... Anyway.
And she was too embarrassed to show up alone at that point.
I'll be disgraced in front of my whole family. Please.
I should have said, no way.
I'm begging you. Do this little thing for me.
But part of me still felt bad about breaking up with her. So instead, I said,
okay, I'll go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Honestly, I figured at worst I was in for a boring weekend of schmoozing Galina's relatives from the old country. I had no idea that within a week, I would be in fear for my life. My ex-girlfriend Galina had asked me to be her date for a wedding and pretend we were still going out. My mindset was, just get through the next 2 nights and the wedding on Sunday and you're home free. What could go wrong?
Everyone, this is Jerry.
It was a sea of Russian relatives, all kissing me and greeting me like I was a celebrity or something. And I couldn't understand a word anybody was saying.
Papa!
And that's when I met Galina's father.
This is Papa.
It is a pleasure to meet you, sir. Oh, that's quite a grip you got there.
It was like shaking hands with a grizzly bear.
We'll be right back.
Just when I was feeling about as uncomfortable and out of place as a person can feel.
Jerry, brother.
I met the groom.
Thank you for coming to my wedding.
Oh. Galina's cousin, Sergey.
Oh.
He seemed like a really nice guy.
You speak English, thank God.
And it was a relief to meet somebody I could understand.
So, who's the bride-to-be?
Isn't she beautiful?
You're a lucky man.
Thank you, Jerry. Now come, let's get drink.
I started thinking, okay, maybe if I stick with Sergey, he'll be able to get me through this ridiculous experience.
You're a funny guy, Jerry.
We were just having a drink and joking around when I spotted it.
It's an interesting tattoo.
This? It's just symbol of club I belong to back in Russia.
What kind of club?
Like social club. So, Jerry, what you do for a living?
I'm a coordinator for a shipping company.
You get things in and out of country?
I guess. So, what do you do?
I work for government and a few other things. Mainly with my cousins, Ivan and Alexei. That's them over there. Talking to Uncle Boris.
Then I noticed that all the men in Galina's family, including her father, had the same tattoo as Sergey.
I'm not gonna lie, Boris is kind of a scary guy.
He's an imposing man, for sure. Was big shot in government for many years.
What did he do for the government?
Better not ask.
The more we talked, the more it sounded like Galina's family might have some connections to the Russian underworld.
Uncle Boris loves his daughter very much. Very, very much.
After that strange conversation with Sergey, I was suddenly concerned about what might happen if anyone found out I wasn't dating Galina anymore.
So, Sergey, he was telling me about your dad, how he used to work for the government in the Soviet Union.
Later that night, I tried to get some more info about her family.
Sergei talks too much.
But what did he mean by that?
I don't want to talk about my father and what he does.
For the record, a person gets way scarier when no one will tell you what they do for a living.
Galina.
Especially when you've broken up with that person's daughter.
What? This is what I wear to sleep? You notice. Scoot over.
And she's wearing a lace teddy and jumping into bed with you.
So, once the weekend is over and we're no longer a couple, what's your plan for getting out of this?
I'll just say it wasn't working. It's a real shame, though. My family already like you so much. They're going to be very disappointed. Good night.
Galina had to have known that I wasn't going to get back together with her, so why was she being so manipulative? And what was actually going on with her family? The next morning, I went on a run to clear my head, reminding myself that I only had one day to go.
There you are. Where have you been?
But that last day...
Is there a problem?
Yes, big problem.
Was gonna be a long one.
Dmitri, my best man, has been detained in Moscow.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, it's tragedy. But now, with no best man, I was hoping that maybe you would fill in, Jerry.
Me? I barely knew Sergei, and it sounded like best man #1 probably ended up in a Russian gulag. But saying no didn't really seem like an option.
Sure. Oh, Jerry, you are the best. And tonight we celebrate in bachelor party. Gonna be big fun. Okay, I see you later.
It just seemed like the less I wanted to do with Galina and her family,
I have to go to a bachelor party.
the more they kept pulling me in.
Na zdrowie!
Na zdrowie!
I had agreed to pretend I was still dating my ex-girlfriend so she wouldn't be embarrassed at her cousin Sergei's wedding. And believe it or not,
Again.
the bachelor party ended up being kind of a blast.
Again.
I figured,
Again!
please just let me get through the rest of the night and the ceremony tomorrow without anything else weird happening.
So, Jerry, having good time?
The best.
I'm happy to hear this because I have a favor to ask you.
No such luck.
Okay. What is it?
I have a package I need to give you. Need to get to some people. Very important people, Jerry. Needs to be hush-hush. Top secrets.
If I hadn't been so drunk, who knows what I would have said. But I was.
Sure. Anything for my boy Sergei.
That's what I like to hear. Jerry, brother.
And once I agreed to help Sergei, it was like some kind of signal to Daddy Boris.
Я хочу убить как собаку.
No! He says you're one of us now. This is invitation for which only answer is yes.
I had half a bottle of vodka in me when a large Russian man, who I assumed had killed men before, invited me into his family. What would you have said?
Молодец!
To this day, I still don't remember a thing that happened after that. The next morning, I woke up with the worst hangover of my life. I was totally out of it until I saw my arm.
Oh no.
I was branded with the same tattoo the rest of her family had. I felt like I was in way over my head and needed some serious advice.
When I woke up, I had a tattoo. You see what's going on, don't you? You've been recruited.
I called my friend Mike.
What?
I was hoping he would talk me down.
That sounds like a KGB tattoo. Like real secret society stuff.
What?
The KGB? It was so crazy, but somehow it added up. The tattoos, the henchmen, the package Sergei wanted me to handle. Boris.
As far as they're concerned, you work for the Russians now. I don't want to work for the Russians. What the hell do I do? For starters, get the hell out of there. For all we know, you could be on a plane to Russia right after the wedding. What if they catch me? Don't say my name.
Clearly, Mike was of no help, and just as I was trying to figure out how I was going to get myself out of this mess, Sergei showed up.
Jerry, you're not ready yet.
I'm just getting dressed. I'll meet you downstairs.
I'll wait here for you. We walk down together.
Part of me wanted to make a run for it, but I was terrified about what they would do to me if I got caught. So there I was, standing at the altar, the best man of a KGB agent, not knowing if I should be more worried about Russian spies kidnapping me or the FBI storming into that wedding. Suddenly,
It's better this way, Jerry. Don't fight it.
Sergey pushed me into his spot. Turns out, it wasn't Sergey's wedding. It was mine.
No! I will not spy for you, do you understand me?
What are you talking about?
This whole family is KGB.
Galina's family owns a trendy clothing store in Moscow. There hasn't been KGB since '91. Galina's family wasn't in the KGB.
What kind of club?
Like social club.
That social club was actually the real family business. Boris owned a clothing company in Moscow. The t-shirt that Galina bought for me
You look amazing.
was one of his. And those tattoos were just the company logo.
My family already like you so much.
Galina just wanted me to think her family was dangerous.
They're going to be very disappointed.
So I would be too afraid not to marry her. She asked her only English-speaking cousin,
Jerry, brother,
to help with the plan. And Sergey
I have package. I need to get to some people.
played the part perfectly.
Jerry, you can't leave! Jerry, I promise we can make this work! I'm a good one!